Hey guys, it's Harry here. Welcome back to the Sycamore Peterborough YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking our first look and drive of the brand new BMW i5. We're really excited to show you around this vehicle. It's an absolutely phenomenal addition to the range. So sit back, relax and enjoy whilst we teach you all about the brand new i5. So the BMW i5 is the first fully electric BMW 5 Series to join the entire BMW fully electric range. And it comes in an internal combustion variant as well. However, the i5, being that fully electric, benefits from zero emission driving, and it's available in two different variants, the eDrive 40 and the M60, just like the one I have beside me here. The eDrive 40 starts at around £75,000 and it will offer you 340 brake horsepower, propelling you from 0 to 60 in just 6 seconds and giving you an average range of around 357 miles. The M60 variant next to me starts from around £90,000, has 590 brake horsepower and propels you from 0 to 60 in just 3.8 seconds, which is remarkable for a car of this size offering that level of comfort. So as always with all of our look and drive videos, we need to start at the front of the BMW i5. So let's take a look at the styling. Obviously this is an all new 5 Series, so the styling is revamped to make it look even newer and more stylish. And I think we need to start by talking about the biggest talking point on the new styling, the kidney grille. As you'll notice, it hasn't gained any size on the predecessor, but it has got a few extra features to give even more road presence. The first one, of course, being the iconic kidney glow, which is seen around the grille. For those of you who have seen the BMW i7 in the flesh, you'll have seen how bright and sharp this light is. It's a nice pure white light and it looks beautiful on the front of all of the BMWs, adding so much iconic road presence no matter the model, and it works fantastically on the new BMW i5. Being an M60 variant, we do get a small M logo on the front here to indicate that. However, if you opt for the eDrive 40 variant, you'll get a small eye on there, just like with the i4 and the eDrive 40 and M50 variants, to show that it is a fully electric 5. Down the bottom, we've got an active sensor. This can read things like how far away the car in front is, and that will work the active braking for you. So if you're in things like efficient mode, you can simply let off the accelerator. That will know when to and when not to brake, and it will recoup energy back into the battery. Again, something which we'll take a look at later. And last but not least, we've got this lovely power bulging in the bonnet, just like newer BMW models, keeping in with this new styling. And like the i4, it's shaped perfectly to the grille, and it gives the i5 a really aggressive, sporty looking front end, which is perfectly in keeping with the performance that the vehicle offers. Underneath, there's nothing really much to see other than nice carbon style engine cover, or motor cover I should say, with a small M logo on, and we have one of 4 360-degree system cameras on this particular example, which gives you full 360-degree vision around the vehicle, making parking that extra bit easier and giving you extra road safety with that added visibility. Now turning our attention to the side profile of the i5, I'm personally a huge fan of this new shape of 5. It's absolutely beautiful, and doesn't the side profile look both aggressive and sleek at the same time? We've got on this particular example 20-inch alloys. These come in the form of the all-new 940M bicolour aero alloys. A beautiful looking alloy. They've got that really sporty edge to them, especially with the big red brakes on this vehicle as well. They tie in perfectly with the black sapphire bodywork. Another thing which stands out perfectly on the BMW i5 M60 variant is these gorgeous carbon fibre mirrors. They add that real M essence and DNA to the car, and when parked in direct sunlight like now, the carbon weave really sparkles and comes to life. We've also got new flush door handles, just like on things like the i4, helps to make the car more aerodynamic and also look more sleek as well. And they've also got comfort access equipped in these door handles, so if you've got the key in your pocket just like I do now, all you've got to do is put your hand on the door handle and that will unlock and lock the vehicle nice and easily for you. At the rear, we've got dark and rear privacy glass, of course, and if we open up the door in the door shut, we actually have a nice little imprinted 5 in the chassis. Sometimes it's the small touches that matter the most. And just like in there, also at the back on the new 5 Series, the model is indicated by this nice etched in 5 on the back. Again, a really subtle addition, but a nice marking to show that this is the brand new BMW 5 Series. And finally, moving around to the rear of the BMW i5, we can see, of course, with it being fully electric, we don't have any exhaust pipes down there. However, we do have that nice sporty, aggressive rear diffuser. We've got these sleek LED rear taillights, and they've also got a nice long, bright reversing light in there as well to really illuminate the rear of the car when reversing at night. and that couples perfectly with the 360-degree vision system when reversing. Being an M60, not only do we get M60 model designation in form of badges on the back, but we also get, to tie in with the mirrors, this beautiful carbon fibre lip spoiler, real carbon fibre, and again, the weave really twinkles in the sun, and on a black sapphire vehicle, it's even more subtle, but still looks absolutely gorgeous. If we go ahead and open up the boot on the i5, there is enough room to fit your golf clubs in there, which is an important factor for many with the i5. 490 litres of luggage capacity in there, a nice flat boot floor, and it's nice and deep as well. We've also got folding rear seats, which can be folded by the pull of the levers at the top there to further extend that capacity, and then you've got absolutely fantastic boot room. And underneath we do have false floor storage for things like your public charging cable and home charging 3-pin wall socket cable as well. Being an M60, of course, it is four-wheel drive. It does have BMW's X-Drive system, so there is a rear motor, but we don't sacrifice much boot room whatsoever to have that larger rear motor at the back there, allowing the car to deliver a whopping 795 Newton meters of torque. And being a comfort access equipped vehicle, we've got an electric tailgate with locking function as well. Now it's time for what you've all been waiting for. It's time to hop inside the i5, explore the completely revamped interior, and take it for a drive to experience the phenomenal performance and absolutely outstanding level of comfort. So welcome aboard the BMW i5 M60, and it's finally time to take that highly anticipated drive. So without further ado, we get the dramatic startup sound. Let's hit that start button, put the car into drive, and take it for a drive on these beautiful roads around Haringworth Viaduct. So obviously, being a fully electric 5 Series, the i5 is beautifully silent inside, which will soon become apparent the moment we pull out and hit the roads. The only noise you really have on the interior is a slight peep of tyre noise at higher speeds, and the iconic sounds from Hans Zimmer, which are now featured in all of the fully electric BMW models. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, the i5 comes in 2 variants. The eDrive 40 with 340 brake horsepower, and the M60, like what I'm in now, with 590 brake horsepower. Now, fundamentally, on the interior, they're both very similar, and you'll notice in this video we haven't, before taking it for a drive, got into the interior, and that's because I thought I'd just take you through it as we're driving. So this particular vehicle is specified with the smoke white Veganza leather interior, and that's a vegan leather option now available on the i5. They're also available on the i7 as well. Beautifully comfortable seats. I am incredibly comfortable in this car, and coupled with the optional adaptive suspension on this vehicle, which this example is equipped with, it soaks up all of the bumps on the British roads really nicely. The roads, in fact, that I'm driving on at the moment aren't particularly smooth. They've got quite a few ridges and bumps and dips in them, and the car soaks them up effortlessly, as you'd expect from something offering such executive comfort like the 5 Series. One thing which I must definitely tell you about is the rear wheel steering on this car. The rear wheels can turn up to around 2 degrees, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but you'd be amazed at the difference this makes to the driving dynamics of the car on an overall basis. So at high speeds, they act as a crab steering axle to drift across lanes nice and smoothly and help stabilise the vehicle, with the additional weight, of course, seen having batteries. However, the batteries are in the floor, so we have a nice low centre of gravity as well. And those rear wheels at this kind of speed, 20 miles an hour, they steer in the opposite direction to the front wheels. So they reduce the turning circle of the i5 quite a lot, and they also completely change the driving dynamics. When driving around nice, windy and twisty rural roads, the car feels amazing, to be quite honest. It steers around the corners effortlessly. The steering is incredibly light in the comfort mode. It weightens up a little bit in the sport mode, of course, to give you more feel. But at the moment we're traveling at 52 miles an hour, and as you can hear, the car is beautifully quiet. If you've experienced the BMW i7, you'll know that it offers an absolutely outstanding level of comfort and space on the interior. And I can almost liken this i5 to be a bit of a baby i7 in terms of it's fully electric like the i7 and it's extremely comfortable. And it also has a pretty much similar interior layout. Big curved display, the 14.9-inch entertainment display and the 12.3-inch driver display in front of me. That's also linked to augmented reality camera, so I've actually got the navigation running now, and as I'm coming up to corners, to make sure that I definitely get the right corner, it's using a camera which is situated above the rear view mirror on the exterior of the vehicle to give me a live view of the road with augmented reality arrows telling me where to go. On the subject of comfort, obviously we've got dual zone climate control front and rear with vents in the side pillars as well, and there's a new touchscreen in the rear which you'll see on screen now, which you can use either from the front via the settings of the display, or the rear passengers can operate as well to control the climate in the back there and have it completely separate to the front. Would you believe it's October and it's 24 degrees the car is reading up today, and I don't doubt that one bit. It's a beautiful day. So I've got the air conditioning set to 20 degrees and it's blowing lovely and cool, and it's also keeping the back of the car nice and cool as well. When using the navigation system in the i5, just like all of the other electric BMW vehicles, we have the charging network input onto that navigation system. So if you're going on a long journey and will need to charge along the way, be it a full charge or just a minor top up, it's really easy to do. All you've got to do is put in your destination, just like I have now, and it will tell you what percentage estimation of battery range you have when you arrive there. And obviously if you need to charge on the way, it will plan those charge stops for you, and it will do it in the most efficient way possible. And by that I mean it will search for DC over AC to utilise the maximum DC charging capability of 205 kilowatts of input current on the i5, and it will plan those charge stops intelligently along your journey to save time and mean that you can charge the car faster and more efficiently. And obviously with 205 kilowatt DC charging, it allows you to charge the i5 from 10 to 80% in just 30 minutes. Room for the rear passengers is absolutely outstanding as well. I mean, I'm not massively tall, I'm only around 5'9", 5'10", but sat in my current seating position, which certainly isn't too close to the front, there's still plenty of room for a tall passenger to sit comfortably for a long journey behind me. And in the rear, we've got access to 4 USB-C ports, 1 in the back of each seat and 2 down near that climate control display as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, it feels very much like the BMW i7 in here, both in terms of layout and luxury level, which is fantastic. We've got hidden vents now in the dashboard, which are operated by small toggles built into the dashboard, just giving it a slightly sleeker look. It's more seamless. My favourite feature on the interior, 100%, has got to be not only the crafted clarity controls, but that combined with the crafted clarity interactive light bar around the vehicle. And this gives you different lighting events depending on what's going on in the vehicle. It also acts as your ambient lighting system as well, and there's a range of different colours available. But if you change modes, for example, it gives you a nice swipe of different lighting in there, and it comes all the way around the doors. Even better at night if you actually activate the hazards, and in the day it blinks red in turn with the hazard. So if you open your doors, it's much safer for cyclists because they can see that door a lot clearer. And on the subject of the doors, new door handles that pull towards you to make getting in and out easier, smoother and safer if you're looking over your shoulder to look for cyclists as well. And as well as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in here, a big entertainment upgrade we've got in here is on the audio side of things. The i5 now features Bowers and Wilkins as an option with audio, and this example just so happens to be equipped with it. It sounds absolutely phenomenal. It features a range of tweeters, mid-ranges and mid-bass speakers in your doors, and there's a nice powerful subwoofer back there in the boot to really fill in the low end. In fact, let's take a listen to it now. With the addition of the new light bar, as I mentioned earlier, also comes integrated buttons like the ones in the doors. There's also ones in the dashboard, such as the hazard lights, and also the ones to control if the vents are open or closed, which I personally think is quite cool. And this is all aimed at simplifying the dashboard and moving things into the operating 9 system. That also goes for the centre. So we've still got the classic iDrive control with your media, navigation, home buttons, and that nice glass style dial as well as glass style volume control. But they've also extended that crafted clarity control into the gear shifter, and that is why this centre feels very much like an i7. Very, very premium and very luxurious. Down the bottom, we've got the space to store 2 mobile phones. One of them is a wireless charger, the other one is just a blank storage space, and they fit larger phones as well. I've personally got an iPhone 14 Pro Max, so a 6.7-inch screen phone, and it fits in there with a case on perfectly fine. Standard in all new BMWs, you get efficient mode, personal mode, which is the new comfort mode, and sport mode. But in the i5, both the 40 and the 60, you get relax mode, expressive mode, and digital art mode. Now, digital art mode gives you some cool graphics and purple lighting, and that's pretty much about it. Relax gives you a new style of climate. It closes the panoramic sunroof and warms up the interior to make it feel, as the mode suggests, more relaxing. Expressive mode gives you fancy colouring across the screen. It gives you a different iconic sound from Hans Zimmer, and those change throughout the modes as well. Efficient mode is the only one which doesn't display or doesn't play any noises, and new to efficient mode we've also got extended range mode, which if you press that, it will give you an increased range by limiting things like top speed and climate functions. The acceleration of the M60 is absolutely mind-boggling. 3.8 seconds 0 to 60 is just fantastic. I've tried it and it's amazing. In fact, it really makes you giggle and smile, especially the first time that you do it. It's remarkable when you consider the size of the car, but 590 brake horsepower, 795 newton meters of torque is no surprise that it can achieve that. If we put the car, for example, into expressive mode, here's the Hans Zimmer sounds, and we accelerate, we get that dramatic sound, almost like an opera. Relax takes that even further, actually. If we select relax, we get that opera style singing to us, almost as if you've got a choir sat in the front of the dashboard. And sport mode, the most impressive one of them all, changes everything to red, gives you a little bit more of an aggressive sound to make the car give it that extra sporty impression, but also when you accelerate it does feel quicker from the addition of that noise. And also on the subject of sport mode as well, we have this one paddle shift on the back of the steering wheel which says boost, and as it suggests, it gives you a bit of a boost in sport mode. All you've got to do is click it, the driver display changes, we get 10 seconds of boost, and then if we put our foot on the accelerator, we'll get that remarkable acceleration from the 590 brake horsepower, and it really does pin you back in the seat. The G-force is just astounding. So overall, it's fair to say that if you're looking for something that offers executive comfort, fantastic levels of luxury, and benefits from all of the efficiency of a fully electric vehicle, the i5 is most definitely the perfect car for you. And all you've got to do is contact us today at Sycamore Peterborough to book your test drive and give it a go for yourself. I've absolutely loved experiencing the changes that BMW have made to this model. I'm personally incredibly impressed with it, and I can definitely say it's going to go down on my list of some of my favourite BMWs. So there we have it, our first look and drive at the brand new BMW i5, and in its most powerful variant, the BMW i5 M60. What an absolutely fantastic new BMW 5 Series, and a fantastic way to introduce fully electric motoring to the 5 Series in the BMW lineup. I'm personally astounded by the performance, especially with this being an M60, and the comfort level offered is absolutely outstanding. You've really got to experience it yourself to appreciate it truly, and what's better is you can do that now at Sycamore Peterborough. All you've got to do is ring our friendly sales team on 01733 70 70 70, or email us on inquiries@sycamorebmw.co.uk to book your appointment to have a look at the new i5 in the flesh and in more detail, and take it for a drive so you can experience that fantastic performance and comfort for yourself and order your very own from us. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure showing you around this new vehicle on our YouTube channel. I'm Harry from Sycamore Peterborough. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it to 3 friends so they can enjoy the beauty of this BMW i5 M60 for themselves, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and tap the notification bell so you can be the first to find out about any exclusive and exciting future Sycamore content. Thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day. We'll see you in the next video.